76% of millionaires do this. Are you doing it? So what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Robert, if this is your first time tuning in. So in this video, we're going to talk about one thing that 76% of millionaires have in common. You probably might guess it, and that's going to be exercise. 76% of people who are millionaires exercise 4 to 5 times a week. I'll put up the stats right now. When I was doing some quick research, I wasn't too surprised to find out that almost 80%, 76% of millionaires do this on a daily basis, 4 to 5 times a week, which is exercising. It doesn't surprise me, and the reason it doesn't surprise me is because exercising takes a lot of mental strength. It's more mental than it is anything else, guys, because for me personally, I work out quite a bit. I work out 4 to 5 times a week at least as well. Not a millionaire, almost there, but not there yet. But yeah, it takes a lot of strength to wake up every single morning. I wake up very early and I run or I meditate. Usually I meditate first, I run, and then I will work out and lift weights. It's not that easy, guys. There's days where you wake up and you just do not want to get out of bed. Maybe you had a late night, maybe you just stayed up working, maybe you're just tired, maybe your body's just tired. It's not easy to wake up. And don't get me wrong, sometimes I will wake up give myself an extra 30 minutes of sleep, and then I'll get moving forward. But to do this day in and day out, 4 to 5 times a week, takes a lot of determination. But you apply that same determination, that same drive in other aspects of your life, and it starts to compound, it starts to multiply. It starts to lead into your family, it starts to lead into your friendships, starts to lead into your finances. I'm a firm believer that if you can just get on track with your physical fitness or your health, just eating right, eating clean, and being active, that it'll spill over into other parts of your life. For me personally, it definitely has. And I'll give you a quick little personal story for myself. So it's been a little over 2 years now, going on 2.5 years since I've had a job. Full-time entrepreneur for about 2.5 years now, almost 2.5 years now. And I'll tell you, whenever I was working, when I had a job, I worked in the oil fields in a chemistry lab. That's where my degree is at. Well, working in the oil fields, for those out who are not from Texas, I'm from Texas if you can't tell, you work a lot of hours, guys. I was working 72, 84 hours sometimes a week. So I didn't have time to put myself first. I was making money and basically putting the company, without really realizing it, first. And that's my first mistake right there. And I started to see I was gaining weight. I was just moodier, unhappy. You're also working days and nights. You're working night shift and day shift. So that also screws with your rhythm of your heart, how it beats. I forgot what it's called. Can't even think of the word right now. But anyways, it screws with all that. It screws with your moods, and it screws with your eating habits. Especially late at nights, I'd get late night cravings for just random food. And you have so many vending machines that are just quick, fast food. And it's very inexpensive, very cheap. So it's very easy, very tempting to do that. And it's a very stressful job to begin with. So, and you're working 12, sometimes 13, 14 hours a day. You're supposed to be working 12 hours a day, but sometimes they would have you go over. So yeah, it turns into a 14-hour day. But yeah, my health was suffering without me really realizing it. And I have this little deal here that tells me my stress level. Stress level back then was like 70, 80%. You look at me now, it's between 15 and 30%. Huge, drastic difference, guys, just in the stress that you have from a job versus stress that you have being as an entrepreneur. It's nowhere near comparable. But yeah, like I said, I was putting the company first without really realizing it. Since then, my blood pressure has dropped tremendously. My diet has changed. I've lost weight. I'm much more fit than I was, 2 years ago. I'm running miles. I'm working out every single day. I'm meditating. My mental state is just so much clearer. My relationships have improved. My friendships have improved. I have more time with my family. Everything has just changed. And it started when I left that job. but it also started with physical fitness. I started getting my health back in order. I've always been super health conscious, but when I got that job, it just blew me out of balance because it was just so much time dedicated to that job. I didn't have any time for myself. So yes, I was making a lot of money. I was making six figures. For those who are curious, I was making a lot of money. Luckily, I was investing it. I was investing most of it. But yeah, it was a difficult time. And what I realized, the one thing that helped get everything in order was my physical fitness and my exercise. I started getting that in order. I started feeling better about myself. I started having more confidence again. I started having more energy just to go on and take on the world again. This is all stuff that had depleted since I had been at that job. I didn't have that drive anymore. And then I started working out. So then I was like, oh, well, now I want to eat healthier. So it was just a trickle down effect. And it affected every aspect of my life. And you don't really realize it because you're stuck in that system. And it's not until you get out of that system that you realize, man, I just wasted, 3 years. For me, personally, it was 3 years. I wasted 3 years of my life there, giving up my life to a company. For me personally, once I started focusing on my health and then focusing on exercise, focusing on my health and what I was putting in my body, like I said, relationships started getting better, businesses started getting better. Everything just started getting better because I was able to think more clearly. I had more energy to focus on tasks, and I was more diligent on what I was doing. That's when my life really started to gain momentum again. Because for a while it wasn't. It was kind of just stagnant. And I didn't understand why. But it's because I wasn't putting myself first. I was putting the company or the business, not my business, their business first. I was putting making a living, earning an income first. And everything suffered in life, guys. And so when I read that statistic that 76% of millionaires focus on their exercise, focus on their health, I wasn't surprised because it takes a lot of mental strength to do that day in and day out. And you apply that same mental strength in your business day in and day out. And that's how you get those results. But I believe exercise plays a huge role in that because it takes a lot just to get there for your physical fitness. And then once you have that there, you can just easily apply it to other aspects of your life. One way I'm going to tell you guys how I think about this to get myself up and moving and going as a business owner is, what's the point of having money? What's the point of making money? What's the point of being a millionaire or a billionaire if you're going to be spending all that money on medical bills, hospital bills, nursing homes, whatever kind of medical issues you have going on? What is the point of making that money if you're going to be giving it to a hospital or your pharmacy or whatever? It makes no sense. So why not focus on this first, focus on my health, focus on my physical fitness first. Then when I make the money, at least I'm healthy enough to go out and travel and enjoy the hard-earned money that I made, instead of spending all that money in a hospital. There's no point in having money, but I'm bedridden. Who wants that? I think anybody would give up $1 million to at least be able to walk, move, and be healthy. At least speaking personally for myself, I would care less about the money. I'd rather be healthy, right? I think most people would agree. There's a lot of mental toughness and a lot of minute challenges that come up when lifting weights, running, especially with running. Running is a very mental game there. You can play a big mental game with yourself when you're running. I found that with running, for me, challenges me mentally more than it does physically. But yeah, a lot of that, again, is going to sculpt you and build you to be able to handle things that come up in life. Just like with lifting weights. Say I'm on, set 10, but I'm going to do one more. You keep pushing it. Well, in business, you apply that as well. And you can push your business and grow it and grow it and grow it. Just one more step, one more improvement, one more of this, one more of that. Before you know it, that one more has just multiplied. And now you have a very successful business. So that's why I think a good foundation, a good point to start on, because people ask all the time, where do you start to become successful? Where do you start? And it sounds cliche, guys. It really does, but it's so true. And I don't think I ever really realized or understood it till I'm a little older now. To now I can actually have the mental capacity to understand that. And it's starting with yourself. It sounds like bullshit, I know, guys, but starting with yourself. You cannot do anything serious in life if you do not focus on yourself first. It's the cold truth, it's the honest truth, and it's firmly what I believe in. You have to focus on yourself, become that strong link, and then you can bring others with you, or you can grow, any business you want. Again, I think there's a lot of value that comes with exercising, not just from the physical benefits, not just from the health benefits, but from the mental stability, the mental strength you gain from working out. It provides a lot of value in your life that you can apply in multiple areas. Now, real quickly, I'll talk about some small changes that I started noticing once I left my job and I started focusing on myself again. These are just small little things, guys. I know they're gonna sound funny and stupid, but it plays a role in your life, and they just compound on top of each other, guys. One thing little thing that I noticed was, I'd throw a piece of paper or throw something in the trash. I'd miss it. Before, I would be like, oh, okay, I'll pick it up when I get up, or I'll pick it up, at the end of the day or whatever, right? When I'm heading out the door, I'll pick it up. Well, now I couldn't live with myself. I couldn't do it anymore. I was like, if I missed it, I'd be like, all right, shit, I got to go pick it up. Like, it would just bother me. The next thing I started noticing was when I was working out, I'd do sets of 10 or 12, and then I was like, let's push it for one more. So I always do that. I would be like, okay, 10, 11, say on bench press, right? 10, 11, 12, and then I like, fuck it, excuse my language, fuck it, 13. And I'd be struggling on that last one, but I would get it up there and rack it, and that just compounded daily and daily and daily, and it just contributed to my life. And now in my life, I'm like, okay, and just in my business, I'm like, okay, what's one more thing I can do for my business to help improve it, or to increase sales, or to increase whatever I'm doing, right? That's where my mindset has gone to now since I started focusing on myself. And I contribute it to laziness, guys. Like I said, I had been working at that job for 3 years, and it just really made me super lazy. It wasn't a very active job, and I didn't have time for myself, so I started getting lazy. Like I said, the paper thing. I would throw the paper, and I'd get it when I was going to happen to get up, or when I was going to walk out the door. Instead of not being lazy and saying, screw that, I'm going to get it taken care of right now. Just stop being lazy. One thing I think a lot of people are going to take away from exercising is confidence, guys. You have to be able to believe in yourself. There are going to come times when you may doubt yourself, which is always good to have a good, strong partner. That does come in handy as well. But to get everything up and off the ground, you're going to have to believe in yourself. You're going to have to believe in the vision. You're going to have to believe in the idea. Doing exercise, being physically active, helps you with that. For whatever reason, it just builds your confidence. You feel better about yourself. You feel better about your abilities, and you feel better about taking on whatever kind of project, whatever kind of idea that you may have going on. Well, all right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and leave it there. The big takeaway from this is exercise, guys. Get moving, get physically active. We are in a country where a lot of people are just obese or overweight, and it's super, super important to just stay active. You don't have to be, a model or anything like that, but just for your own good, it's really, really important to just stay active and be healthy, guys. I wish nothing but the best. Until next time, guys, be careful, be good, take care, and God bless. See you guys later. Bye-bye.